Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Zainal Abidin, Mahaguru 58, recording from this Taman Pudu Ulu here. With me today is a gentleman whom I have been following his progress all this while. This is Dr. Mohd Nasir. He is the president of the party Socialist Malaysia, and he is the MP for Kota Damansara. Adun for Kota Damansara. So please welcome Dr. Mohd Nasir. Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
So first and foremost, congratulations, brother, on your appointment as the Adun. So I have been following your political struggles with brother Arus Shelvam.
Yes.
So Alhamdulillah, as I have come to know that you dress a certain style. That is the reason why I was able to figure out this must be Dr. Nasir. So Alhamdulillah, thank you for sparing me a few minutes of your precious time. So can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Nasir. So I got my degrees overseas at Cornell University, my bachelor's, master's, doctorate, and I was teaching in the medical faculty for about 25 years. A former deputy dean of medical faculty, associate professor, also the president of Kekitangan Academic UKM. Now I'm retired, involved in politics, which have been with me as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I know, because if I'm not mistaken, you have been in the political movement for 30 over years, right?
Quite some time.
Quite some time.
Yeah.
So how do you feel the chances of this government of Malaysia coming to change for the better? Is there any room for improvement that you see the Barisan being capable of?
Well, what happens in this election is something extraordinary. In the past, the opposition may get some extra votes, extra seats. Barisan Nasional remains steady. For this election, Barisan Nasional collapsed.
Yeah.
You look at Gerakan, you look at MIC, MCA, PPP, even UMNO fighting each other to a point that because the people have decided. And it is a product of so many years of promises not made, and they stood their ground, and so I am very proud of them. This is what we are talking about, people's power. They have given the leaders a chance to redeem themselves, not only Barisan Alternative but also Barisan Nasional, Pakatan Rakyat. And now we can see that both sides are working hard to let the people know that they are trying to serve, which to me is very good.
As far as I see some vivid changes, especially in the way that the Information Ministry has made approaches to, befriend bloggers. You're not a blogger, but I'm sure you follow blogs. And for me, this is something good, because the previous two ministers of information, starting with Datuk Kadir Sheikh Fazil and then our Datuk Zainuddin Maidin, they were more seen as bodek kings, the ampu kings of the government, and as a result the people's voice was not heard. So Ahmad Shabri Cik, even though he is still caught in that Barisan Nasional mindset of curry favor with the PM and this and that, at least he has made approaches to allow us room, so the people, and for me I think this is good. What is your opinion about that blog?
Well, to me,
the program,
the approaches is not that is what they want. It is the people. The people have made a decision. Now you are clamoring to please the people, because they have seen what could happen in the last election.
Yes.
So it is not that they want to do it because they are forced to do it. If not, they'll be totally left out. And they know, in terms of the media, the last election, I think bloggers did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they were the one who made the difference. The way they disseminate information
yes.
and reach ordinary people. And if the people don't have their own computer, it is discussed with those who do not have internet and all that.
Yes.
So meaning that the news spread. So So it's like a force that they must be try to accommodate rather than try to go against, because they're going to lose.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Yes. Okay. So you see the accommodating is because the power in the hand has been,
Yes, the people have started to wake up.
Yes. When they win power, did they do that? No. When they have lost part of the power, suddenly they want to be very friendly.
Barulah sedar diri.
Sedar diri. This is the problem that we see. And so, even quite recently when there was tension in Perak, it's the people, the bloggers who going to hit the opposition leaders to get back together.
Yes.
It is the people who forced. Although at one time they were never together, they forced to get together. If Karpal makes some funny statement, they go for, because they went through this election and they want the people to get together, leaders to get together. Nobody should break it, and that's why they went for this. So maknanya, and this is what we want: the people's power. People decide, people participate, and my job is basically to strengthen that people's power. We don't want them to slide back.
Okay.
So that one day they can decide the kind of leader they want.
Alright. So regarding your constituency in Kota Damansara, what are the problems that you see present at that moment?
Kota Damansara is a very kind of community.
Okay.
From quarters, rumah panjang, flats, bungalow houses, and you have golf course, you have universities, you have kilang haram, you have problem of banjir, you have this kampung, and so it's a mixed kind of thing. Our problem now is like when they come to us, the problem of 10 years, 20 years not resolved. We put it on the table, and some we have to do damage control because dah terlanjur. And this is the difficult part. But what we have been doing so far is to be able to meet them and talk to them, which we are very happy because it's never done before. Meeting the rakyat and getting a frank kind of dialogue, and then we executing it, coming back to them, say this is what we have done, anything else are they happy about, they are not happy, what else needs to be done. So there is a dialogue. So for me, when people come for help, either I want them to be able to come up with a proposal or a surat, to create this initiative from them rather than they come, I just give whatever they want. We don't want to create this dependency because we come and go. We want them to be on their own and can take care. If they don't have a committee, we want them to form a committee. In that sense of giving them the power. And finally, it's like this. It's all there itself. At one time, we may have the power because we may have the money and everything, but we want them to be independent. We'll teach them to be independent. And one day they'll say, Dr. Nasir, you punya idea tak bagus, we have good idea. How do you feel? You feel ni sudah kurang ajar, you have destroyed this whole relationship. You should be happy because now they're on their own, sad because it's time to go.
So how is the Selangor State government helping you in your work as a adun there?
So far, the agencies are good in the sense that they're willing to listen to me, and I even chair some of their meetings. So like today we're going to have another meeting this afternoon. We a regular meeting. All the problems of the community will be brought up. We want to have an explanation. What else needs to be done? If not done, why not? In the sense that we like to do what we can, and if it cannot be resolved, then we want an explanation. Why it couldn't be resolved? What else needs to be done? Do I need to go to the high level, whether it can be resolved within my level? If not, we'll just push it up to the higher level so that it gets done. But in the meantime, we want them to have the initiative of making reports, writing memorandum, because finally they have to do it. Finally they feel that yes, they have that confidence to do it. So when they say, Doctor, your idea is not as good as ours, I feel very good. Just what we want from them. But if I have just said, no, I'm right, you have destroyed the same people you want to build.
That's right.
You created double standard. And this is a very important thing. I mean, at one time you're important, another time you're not important anymore. You come and go. So this whole dialectical relationship like this. You can't be hero all the time. If you feel that they are threatening you and you hold on to them, yes, they get destroyed, you have the power. But what the hell? It doesn't make sense anymore. You have created dependency. When you leave, they collapse.
True.
So this is where that we want not to create dependency. We want the people to be able to say what they feel. Criticize us because we are not we do not know everything. Because to us we say experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what level of education you have. But through my experience with sporters, kilang, with plantation, education is very critical. It's where the heart is. And if your heart in the right place, you learn. You go and find out where to learn about it, about leadership, about struggle. So to me, there's no correct. Sometimes educated people will have a problem. There's a tendency of balancing too much, where you have made hypocrisy to a fine art.
That's right.
Okay, so this is the problem.
The horn, the invincible horn start to grow. The ego. The human ego.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask about your work with this party socialist? So, I have always been wondering, as a Muslim, what is this man doing with the social circle, socialist circle?
Well, basically, sorry.
It's okay.
Basically, I find that
how do we as a Muslim work with the socialist system?
If you look even into the Quran, maybe 95% is about helping people. Semayang tak banyak sangat, tapi love, compassion,
khidmat masyarakat.
Khidmat masyarakat is totally in the Quran. And even during Muhammad's time, Nabi Muhammad did something. He go against the grain of the system to find justice for the people. And his companions did the same thing. And Abu Zar, to me, he's a symbol of socialism. You see? And this knowledge of dialectics has been there since time immemorial. And this dialectic, Karl Marx used it. Sun Tzu, much before Karl Marx used it. The art is book, the art of war. Nabi Muhammad used it. How do you balance the opposite? Dan hak dan batil, to find the middle road.
Yalah, macam kita mengaku kita ni saudara seagama. So the very same term is used in socialist as comrade.
And kita nak, because things are changing, how do we balance? Supaya we go. See, if you're looking for the truth, kebenaran, there's nothing to be afraid of. Pengalaman saya lah,
berani kerana benar.
Dan kalau kita, so when you are berani kerana benar, you are one with alam dah. Banyak pengalaman saya, macam doors are closed, but when you push, doors open dah. And we get things that people don't believe they can do it, and maybe they say, well, something great about you. No, we just believe that's what we have to do. Keadilan hanya boleh ditegakkan dengan kuasa. Dengan power. And we just push on. At one time, dulu kan, the media was not with us. But because we push, we came to our side. And there's the time things changes. Orang Selangor dapat pampasan, we still have to fight the authorities because our system is such that they collude with each other to go for the poor. Because the poor, of course, you see the poor doesn't have money, but actually the poor are the workers. You exploit them to make profit.
True.
You see? And through this profit you expand. These are the ones that you did not give them accordingly. And because they couldn't, they ditindas, they have to stay in squatter houses, squatter places. They are poor. Everything prices goes up, they are in trouble. To me, to us, for socialists, the workers are the backbone of national economy.
True.
You can't separate between workers and rakyat. Rakyat are workers because they work to maintain their family, yang tua ke, yang muda. So rakyat are workers. So for us, and then kalau katakan orang duduk Selangor, they are workers. They are not nothing different. So that's why we find
apa yang kita sebut setinggan disebut kampung dahulu. Kan?
So basically, and this is where we find them ganging up against the poor. But with this new government, with the new spirit of young people into the idealism, where they are against corruption, we have a good people. They may not have enough experience, but because of the spirit, the aspiration, I think they'll make it through dialogue and so on.
So what do you see the chances of Parti Socialist getting registered? Because as I know, the ROS or the government, the Home Ministry have been really, what they say, blocking your attempts, right?
And
what are the reasons actually? What are the reasons given?
Well, the reason is that we don't fulfill the 7 ahli from 7 states. There's no such thing in the Gazette or in the booklet.
I see.
We questioned them and they didn't respond. And then we brought them to court. Next thing in court we find another clause. They were a threat to national security. And in appeals court, the court just chucked it out.
Are you a threat to national security?
Well, if I'm a threat to national security, how come I can contest? You know, and then it's just a political, gimmick, because maybe we have been active before, and I don't know, we are just a small mosquito party.
I know.
They make a mole out of a mountain. You know,
mosquitoes can be very annoying.
This is where we are the thorn in your side, because we expose, because we have no vested interest. It's easy when you don't have any vested interest. You can just move on, and so, and we expose them. We expose anybody.
Would your party be assimilating, let's say, with Parti Keadilan Rakyat?
We work together. We work together on many programs like hak asasi, anti-war, environment. There's many things that we can work together with.
But if, let's say, the present state of denial for your party to be registered, is still going to be there until the next election. God willing, inshallah, we will be able to, have a new federal government in the next general election. But then, in the meantime, do you think it's feasible for you to be as where you are, or should you join the PKR as an entity since you are working with them?
Okay, put it this way, why we are a bit different from PKR?
What is the difference?
Because we want to overhaul the system, not just fine-tuning. The system itself is, because the mold itself is exploitative. That's where you get your profit, you get everything. We are asking, change the mold or modify it. Fine-tuning tak boleh. It's like you have this shirt, you have every time something wrong, you patch it up. There's so many patches, you don't know where to put the next patch, because you're going to put a patch over another patch.
Better tailor a new suit.
Yes, take a new shirt. This is what we are saying, that because it is leading to that. Even if you're a good person in this system, you go back. Because the mold is exploitative. The mold, because everything revolves around profit, not about human being. That's why the manifesto of Barisan Alternatif or Pakatan Rakyat is more berkebajikan, welfare. This is what we also interested, welfare of the people, where manusia dan kemanusiaan must be there, and everything revolves around it. Rather than profit, everything revolves on profit.
I think it's admirable what your points or principles are, but I would like to ask you a personal question. This is involving the concept of Islam Hazari that the BN President, the Chairman, Datuk Sri Abdullah Badawi has introduced. To me, as a Muslim and as a blogger, I state, my objection to that term of Hazari being added to Islam. What is your opinion about Islam Hazari, Doctor?
He's just adding a cosmetic, actually. These are the technical stuff. You're not touching the principle. You ubah suai, it's like a United Nations kind of, that's humanity. You do a bit of adjustment here and there, still talking about humanity, but why do you give another name? And that is the question. So it's not introducing anything new. And therefore, why do you have a new name? Do you want it to be different? If you have it different, because the principles are principles people have been applying, even without the word Hazari.
Would you agree with me that this attempt is a bid'ah? Bid'ah lawamah. It's not bid'ah hasanah. Bid'ah lawamah means, a cursed innovation. Because to me, innovation, yes. To me, Islam is already complete. Inna dina indallah al-Islam. In Surah Al-Ma'idah. Today I have completed my favor upon you.
There was the last year before.
So we have a new Imam of Hazari coming up with this term of Hazari. As if the Prophet didn't complete this job. What is your opinion on that?
I wouldn't want to I don't want to label.
Yes.
Basically, I'm uncomfortable. Whether it is a political direction, because I do see it being different. Even with under Islam, you do all these things. So why do you give another name to it? It's just a branching out of trying to adjust to things. And the principle that talk about, also United Nations talks about.
Yeah.
So what is the difference? So to me, if you just want to be different, I think that's the wrong move.
Yes.
So we're still figuring out what Islam Hazari means, because when you read that, it's not adding anything new at all. A cosmetic, touch up here and there.
Yes, right.
We have to do in our everyday life. So why give it a new name? So is it because you want to be different? Then if you think that you want to be different is a bid'ah, then I think you to decide. But I don't want. I mean, I couldn't.
Yeah, I understand, and it's okay. I accept that, because to me, I have no vested interest at all in political, what you say, power plays and that. So I am free to speak my mind as a Muslim.
Right.
But do you see any changes in the state of the Muslims here in Malaysia after this Hadari concept has been introduced? Has it improved, or is it still getting worse by the day?
Well, there's not much change. I mean, it may not be because of Islam Hadari, because the society, things have changed.
Society
the
itself.
Environment has changed with all the prices, inflation, and when America have problem, it affects us. It's like when they sneeze, we get the cold.
We sure do.
So, yeah, and so these are the things that happen because we have a wrong mold. Okay, that mold.
It's high time to change the government.
It's high time to change the government, but also high time for the present leadership in the Pakatan Rakyat to show that they can do work.
Yeah, because I see a lot of flag going on in the newspapers, this and that. Pakatan Rakyat has just been in power, what? Not even 1 month?
You see,
it's been 1 month already.
Yeah, March, April, May.
March, April,
but
May.
You see,
months,
what's happening now is an act of desperation of Barisan Nasional. Is it? So they have to pick, because if they don't pick on Pakatan Rakyat, they're going to collapse.
They are going to
now
collapse.
they're trying to exert themselves. The sad part, they're using race and religion and the Sultan. They're complaining about Karpal. What about Terengganu and Kedah?
Yeah.
The issue when they brought it up. How come they did not go for these guys except for Karpal? You shouldn't have double standard. If you think that the UMNO people are questioning the Sultan, then get the UMNO people also in Kedah and Terengganu. Why Karpal? Karpal is actually talking about technical thing, because there's a grey area. Ya, dulu Sultan kalau diterlanggar dia boleh bunuh you.
Yes.
Now Sultan is symbolic, but because of the constitution, there's a grey area. Sultan have to say there's also the administrative side. The administration, there are certain things, transfer and sacking is part of the whole process. Of course, maybe they need consultation. Maybe the consultation is required. But there is a grey area that needs to be resolved.
Do you agree with Karpal's statement that the Sultan has no jurisdiction over the transfer of civil servants?
I see transfer is an administrative job. It is administrative. The Sultan is more of the bigger picture.
Yeah, but
as long as transferring means Islam collapse, this way the Sultan can get the picture. Transferring is part of the administrative process.
Yeah, but then the matter of the transfer of the pengarah, right? It's the pengarah of this Majlis Agama Islam Perak, right? So it is concerning Islam. So whoever is being transferred or is being chosen to head that Majlis Agama Islam is part and parcel of the Sultan's jurisdiction.
That's why I'm saying there is a grey area. Presently, the sultans are just symbolic. They have, constitutionally, they have certain powers. But everything is run by the Menteri Besar, the Prime Minister, and they advise the sultan. So, if you ask me, yes, constitutionally they have the power, but it's very grey. Meaning that this grey area needs to be resolved.
Needs to be defined. Yes.
Defined, to be resolved. Where is the line to be drawn?
I think it's high time that we do that, clear out all these grey areas,
yes.
Be specific, have it in black and white, so the future leaders and the future sultans will not face the same problems again.
Where they, it's also very interesting, during Mahathir's time this thing doesn't happen.
Well, Mahathir was the one who, he clipped the wings of the eagles, so to speak.
But it's a good change, because basically what we are saying that this is democracy.
Yes.
Democracy in action. Even for me, even my place, there was demonstration, I'm there. My area. But it is their democratic right. So my concern is the police. The mindset is
the police.
Yes, the police mindset. They should have the mindset of democracy. Manusia dan kemanusiaan. So we have a demo, make sure things go right.
Yeah.
Talk to the leaders. Okay, you're going to have it. How long? Bila berlaku satu demonstrasi,
selalunya polis.
Thousands of them are there. When jenayah, ni Kota Damansara.
Yeah. How's the crime rate there?
Very high in Kota Damansara. And then when we ask about the police, tak cukup orang. Tapi bila kita demo beratus.
Kat mana sampainya orang?
You know, why is that? I mean, sedih lah kalau they have to use recycle the same policeman and all that. You know, the excuse that is a new township or new itu. That's not a good excuse. So, to me, it's priority.
No, that is a very good point. Yeah.
They mind bila orang get together means violence. You know, if that's the way, every time you have accidents on the road, then don't have cars on the road. You won't have accidents.
Yeah.
That's the crude kind of logic.
Crude kind of logic.
You must say, okay, this is a democratic.
The police are supposed to be a political,
How do you facilitate it to make sure everything goes?
Tapi bila demo UMNO boleh lah pula.
Boleh pula. Bukan budaya kita tapi dibuat. You know, so this is the double
nampak
standard.
Sangat lah, nampak sangat.
This is the double standard yang itu. So, I would like the police to see the mindset democracy.
Polis sepatutnya jadi penaung, menjaga rakyat, tak kira politik apa pun.
Patut begitu. So kita bila saya tengok setiap kali kita nak ada berkumpul apa ni kita kata Mayday, nak hantar memorandum beratus. When we have apa ni
siap dengan water cannon,
nak cari orang tak jumpa. Kadang orang panggil datang
kalau jenayah tak ada.
Then how do you distribute dia punya apa ni, you punya force, you punya
priorities dia silap.
Ada lari sikit. So
bukan sikit, banyak lari.
So I bila tengok kata bila kita demo, kita not bring anything, no weapon. Dengan cannon, dengan mana datang ramai-ramai bila kita minta
fully armed, armed to kill, license to kill,
and basically they are trying to scare the shit out of us.
Intimidate.
Intimidate. Why are you doing that? The mindset, jenayah mindset. Everything is jenayah. Why can't you? Everything is kemanusiaan. Everything is democracy. If you are practicing democracy, facilitate it.
I think the Malaysian police force needs a revamp. The total what they say change from the way that they look at the people.
You see, that's one thing about the police. Ini kat badannya, kat itu the mentality of the leadership.
Yes, kepala.
Because they give the instruction. The police read the leadership punya tu. Pasal tu yang Anwar kena pukul. Pasal Mahathir doesn't like Anwar, somebody pukul Anwar, thinking that he being good. I mean, he'll get credit to Mahathir.
For walloping Anwar.
Yeah, this is a broken chain of command.
Yes.
Because if they see their leaders are dictatorial, they tend to work dictatorial tendency. If the leader is democratic, they will follow the democratic process.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah, so
arahan Amir,
rotten up there.
The rod starts at the head.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we catch the tail of four.
Yalah.
You know. So this is where we see the problem that needs to be resolved. So sebagai socialist, we petikaikanlah. We want to have a better society. We want to have a society that shares the wealth of the country. We don't want people to be exploited. So we do not allow anybody to exploit anybody. Not even the managers being exploited by the boss. If they come to us, we'll fight for them.
Yeah. So where do you think that the Party Socialist is going to be, let's say, in the next 5 years?
We still move. Even like now, for 10 years, start register, we are moving. You know, let the Rakyat decide. Now the Rakyat have decided two Party Socialist members, one in Parliament, one in Dun.
Who is the other one?
Dr. Kumar.
Dr. Kumar, yeah.
Who contested against Sami Velu.
Alhamdulillah.
The giant killer.
Alhamdulillah. I really applaud the man for being able to get rid of one of the vilest persons in Malaysian politics. Even today I read the paper, right? Tan Sri Nijihah stormed out of a meeting with Sami Velu because of the sacking of this fellow called Jambu Maniam at Kapar. Sami Velu should really retire from politics.
Well, I mean, we have our clash with Sami Velu for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he said that
ada besar punya batu atas kepala.
So he is like that.
Degil gila.
I mean, arrogant. Because he gets what he wants. And
saya masih ingat lagi dia hina Al-Quran. Dia cakap itu Quran boleh bikin highway ke? Ingat tak statement tu? I don't know whether you...
Tak ingat dah.
I tak lupa. Karpal Singh kata kalau nak tegak negara Islam kena langkah mayat dia. I tak lupa. I malah cabar Karpal Singh dekat forum keadilan dan dia minta maaf. But the thing is, Karpal is plain old Karpal lah. He'll remain so until the day he kicks the bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, this is where
I tahu kita masing-masing ada personality masing-masing kan.
Yeah, but personality can change.
Yes, I hope so.
And there must be logic to what has been said.
Yeah.
Must be logic to counter. Yeah. And on which point of reference we are using. Sometimes we are using different points of reference.
You were held under the ISA during Mahathir's time?
Yeah.
What do you think about Mahathir trying to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes now, lately?
This is what I call hypocrisy to a fine art.
To the highest standards.
And suddenly after tak jadi Prime Minister, he's
Dah jadi
all the statements which is during his time. This is during his time.
Yes.
So when you criticize now, it's not about it. You've been for more than 20 years. You did all this nonsense.
22 years of wielding the big stick.
And then
under Mahathir, no opposition.
And now you're condemning as if you have nothing to do with it.
Seolah suci.
Yeah.
Suci.
And you're only suci after you have lost out of the picture. Just like the present leadership of Barisan Nasional. Suddenly now they're very...
Kertoyo, tengok Kertoyo. He shredded lots and lots of official documents, and that thing has been hushed up by the national mainstream media. I for one, I will never forget. Kertoyo, as you can see now, he's trying to portray as if he is the one who is the good guy. But all this while, all those temple demolitions, those walloping of the people, by the police under his directive, I'm sure.
Yes.
And now he's coming across as trying to be the good man. So all these Mahathir, Kertoyo are all from the same boat.
It's always like that. It's always that. Bila they are out of the picture, suddenly they want to champion something which they have done it. Maknanya, that's what I'm saying. They have made hypocrisy to a very fine art, because they've made it such as if you have nothing to do, you are the green guy, which is not. I think time will tell. There's a lot more exposure being done, especially when we are trying to resolve things. Suddenly there's certain thing that comes up, and we realize it's connected to certain political bodies, political person, and things are being approved without procedures. Bypassing procedures, and some people making a killing out of the whole thing. To me, if you ask me, that's why the declaration of property is very critical. You want to know before you come in, macam mana? After a few years, macam mana? If you become multi-millionaire while you're in office, something's wrong.
Dari mana datang duit tu?
A real person, a real people-oriented guy cannot be rich. Anytime he has some money in pocket, somebody wants it. So if he gets rich, that means there's a possibility of corruption. And when there's corruption, yang suffer the rakyat. Simply because kata ada projek perumahan, okay, I want 5 million from that. The pemaju will not lose. He'll get 10 million out of building houses yang tak steady. Tak pakai tak pakai batu bata, pakai batu simen. Rumah crack.
Bila berlaku sedikit gempa bumi, semua jatuh.
They will squeeze out of the ordinary people. Because of your corruption, the people have to pay.
True.
This is where it is so immoral. And then this is where I felt that things need to be done, things need to be questioned, and we should move on, be critical. And
before I end this interview, sir, what would you like to say to your constituents, the people of Kota Damansara who have voted you in, and what are your aspirations for that particular constituency?
I thank them for allowing me to be of service to them, and so far we are moving well. I need their support because we can't do it on our own. I need their support. I need them to be the eyes and ears so that we can have a better Kota Damansara, and where people feel safe, where there's respect for each other. Even now, some rich friends are getting together to collect money, money for libraries of the poor, and that's the thing that I would like to see. And it's happening. It is happening in terms of the rapport that we're trying to create, where you feel comfortable like this is our area. And if ever there's any development, the people must be consulted. There's one area where it is not consulted, we put a freeze on that project.
What major, outstanding problem is there at the moment in your area?
Crime, the problem of the poor, because when we were helping out in terms of Stinggan and all that, we tried to get them out of the kawasan Stinggan, they stayed in the long house. Long house becomes Stinggan. Move them into the flat becomes Stinggan, because there was total neglect. It's like you get
tak ada follow up.
You get the poor, you slot them into this pigeonhole and let go.
And forget about them.
And
until the next election.
Yes. And promises made. So for this election, they do not believe any more promises.
What do you propose as the way out for this situation?
Way out in the sense of
reducing the what they say, the stingans plight.
Okay, for us, let us be a bit more people oriented. You know, they serve, whatever they do, they serve. You know, and we have to give them due respect. We have to look for employment. How do we resolve poverty? You know.
What would your ideas be to resolve poverty? What do you propose?
First, let us see where is the critical factor lah. Yang absolute poverty. What needs to be done on the short term?
Macam apa cadangan doktor? How do you see yourself, what do you say, coming up with a solution?
Okay, basically,
is there any room for cottage industries or anything?
This is what we would like to develop. Like, you see, because our peruntukan, we want them to have what you call community project. Where everybody is involved.
But your place is in the city or suburb, right?
It's campur. Ada kampung pun ada.
Ada kampung. Ada ruang tak untuk apa kata industri kampung ke apa?
Ada. We have to develop it, and we also want to have like even katakan recreation. You know, forest reserve, you want to be.
Tapi biar kita tumpu pada tahap ekonomi. Saya berminat tentang itu. Sebab bagi saya, kalau kita nak poor to sustain themselves, right? Kita kena bagi peluang untuk dia cari rezeki.
The Chinese proverb, you give them fish, they eat for one day. You teach them how to fish, they eat a lifetime.
Ada kemungkinan untuk apa ni, industri pelancongan ke apa-apa kat situ? Kata macam homestay ke apa ke, ada tak?
There is.
Ada? Ada pusat-pusat yang boleh dijadikan tarikan pelancong dekat tempat tu?
Memang. Our forest reserve.
Yang mana? Apa nama forest reserve tu?
Sungai Buloh Forest Reserve.
Sungai Buloh. Macam mangrove swamp ke tu?
It's natural forest.
Natural forest.
And ada lake.
Ya, jadi itu boleh dijadikan satu pusat income earner.
And we are also interested in like cottage industries. So these are the one that we are asking them to form what we call mini project of the community where people are involved. We are willing to support, and we're willing to look for the finance.
Your constituency, what is the breakup of the population? Who are the major population? Malays or Chinese or Indians?
Malays about 50 something, 52 you know.
Alright.
And then Chinese about 40 something, and then Indian about 15.
I see.
So but basically it's a mix.
It's a mix.
And so far looks good, but just baru bulan kan.
Saya rasa mungkin doktor boleh tumpu pada area situ. Area apa ni, helping the people to set up these small industries,
project, and then
perniagaan runcit
where there's opportunity for them to work, you know, and then open industries which they can be employed, industry that is it doesn't go against the grain of the development. Maksudnya, if ever there's development, all these things it can work out.
So ecotourism would be a good
area to go into. So maknanya the economic factor, the social factor, everything is all intertwined that we need to take into account. And also recreation areas where they can, you know,
generate income,
generate income, and also
take care of the environment at the same time,
and also get some macam ni kan, give them a bit of relief of you know, kurangkan tension. Maklum sajalah kan duduk rumah flat, ramai sangat dalam rumah.
Pendapat saya lah, macam low cost housing ni patutnya dia kembangkan kepada 3 bilik. 2 bilik selalu create a lot of social problems.
Adanya juga ada 3 bilik, but it depends on itu lah. So what we want is, if you have a high density in itu, you need a padang. And then you have to consider expanding schools. You have to consider cemeteries. You have to consider
there's one major cemetery problem, right? Yang apa tu, dia orang nak jadikan forest reserve tu, nak jadikan
di Kota Damansara.
Itu apa kedudukan masalah tu?
Sekarang ni there is a cemetery.
Alright. Muslim cemetery.
Yes.
Okay. Nak kembangkan.
Dah ada allocation.
Dah ada allocation.
So including the state government doesn't allow anything to develop beyond that. Meaning that we want the greens to maintain. Because if we take away the greens, we have a problem in terms of jam, in terms of flooding, in terms of many other. Because this is a natural, and it's also a catchment area dan seterusnya. So ini tu biar anak cucu kita dapat melihat what's natural.
Iyalah,
go into the jungle, see the lake,
the natural rivers, this and that.
Better than trying to create a artificial lake.
Ada sungai ke dekat kawasan?
Ada memang sungai adalah, rivers ada.
Tapi sungai-sungai yang jenis macam mana? Yang warna macam teh tarik ke? Itu lauzi lah.
That also reflect development which is uneven.
Yes.
Because that means there's erosion.
Ada kerosakan tu pada bumi ya.
There's erosion. So that's why the water changes that color. So and erosion could be indiscriminate kind of potong-potong kayu. Hill you nak buat develop housing, you tak syarat-syarat you tak ikut.
One of these days insyaAllah I'll come over there. We go around your place, yeah.
Okay.
Take a video of the current situations, because why frankly to me personally as a blogger, I don't what you say have any intentions of making money of this blogging or what, but I need to do something for the people, and by highlighting the problems that you are facing as the assemblyman for Kota Damansara, and maybe in the future when the government can see that what you propose, those small and light industries will help to clear the squatters problem once and for all.
For me, a lot of time people say, we do well, we'll vote you the next round. I don't have that in mind at all. I do it because I'm there.
Just want to focus on the logo. Parti Sosialis Rakyat Malaysia. Letak betul-betul dekat jantung. But you can see that it is a clenched fist.
Makal Sakti, People's Power. So
Makal Sakti.
Parti Sosialis Malaysia, PSM.
And you can read Tamil but you cannot speak Tamil.
Few words.
Kunjung. What would you like to say to the Indians of your constituency? In Tamil, please.
Not so good lah.
Tak apalah, try lah sikit. Apa yang boleh. Just bagi kata-kata pengucapan, sebab I'm sure they will appreciate your words.
Assalamualaikum, saudara dan saudari. Saya berharap you
Tamil please.
Mula cannot.
Well, on behalf of you, I will speak. What would you like to say?
Just be with us. Maknanya when we do good, be with us. When we go wrong, please correct us.
To the Indians of Kota Damansara, what Dr. Nasir is saying, நீங்கள் Kota Damansara Indian மக்களுங்களுக்கு Kota Damansara Assemblyman என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, நீங்க அவருக்கு ஒத்துழைப்பு கொடுக்கணும். அவர்னால முடிஞ்சதை அவர் செய்வார். To the Chinese,
Nandri,
CSNI, and to the Malays, bekerjasamalah dengan Dr. Nasir supaya kawasan tuan-tuan akan berubah kepada keadaan yang lebih baik. Dan kepada rakyat Malaysia amnya, terima kasih kerana memberikan peluang kepada Pakatan Rakyat untuk bangun, dan kita berharap supaya rakyat dapat melihat menembusi segala keadaan politik yang sedang bergelora pada masa ini. Kita pun tahu dah 51 tahun Barisan Nasional memegang kuasa, dan nasib kita sebagai rakyat Malaysia sebenarnya umpama kata dianaktirikan, dan hak tu ada pada kita, tetapi kita hendaklah berani menegur. Nabi Muhammad SAW berkata, barang siapa di antara kamu melihat suatu kemungkaran depan mata kamu, maka hendaklah kamu gunakan tangan kamu untuk mengubahnya. Bermaksud kata kita guna tangan ni bermaksud force, bukan kita pergi tendang sesiapa ke yang kita sedang buat maksiat, kita pergi tegur dengan hikmah insya-Allah. Dan kita hendaklah bercakap menentang kezaliman, tetapi dengan cara yang elok. Saya tengok kalau ramai yang komen di dalam blog tu menggunakan bahasa yang kasar, tak sesuai doktor nak. Sebab kita kalau kita tengok peribahasa Melayu pun mengatakan bagai menarik rambut daripada tepung. Jangan kita kasar, rambut akan putus, tepung akan berselerak. Gunakan hikmah insya-Allah. So sebelum saya mengakhiri wawancara bersama Dr. Nasir, Presiden Parti Sosialis Malaysia, pengurusi Parti Sosialis Malaysia, saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada tuan-tuan yang sudi mendengar dan menonton video ini. Semoga Malaysia akan bertambah baik, dan kepada puak-puak Barisan Nasional, saya berharap kamu semua sedar diri bahawa apa yang sedang berlaku di dalam negara ini adalah satu perubahan paradigma, dan rakyat Malaysia sedang mula bangun. So kalau umpama kata tuan-tuan yang mana yang dalam Barisan Nasional ni nak terus berkhidmat, maka khidmat dengan sebenar-benar arti kata, dan jangan cuma jadi rubber stamp. Tuan-tuan tahu apa maksud saya ni. Jadi kepada Dr. Nasir, alhamdulillah, terima kasih di atas kesudian doktor meluangkan masa yang terhad ni. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih dan syabas kepada doktor. Semoga Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala memberkati usaha doktor. Dan insyaAllah saya memang dah lama berminat nak bertemu dengan sahabat sosialis saya ni. Semoga Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala membimbing kita, menurunkan hidayah dan taufiknya. Dan sebelum saya mengakhiri, saya beri doktor ruang untuk memberikan ucap selamat untuk hari Jumaat. Silakan kepada kaum muslimin.
Pada kaum muslimin, ini hari-hari yang istimewa. Kita berkumpul bersama menuju ke arah yang benar dan juga saling hormat menghormati, berganding bahu menyelesaikan masalah, insyaAllah. Terima kasih.
Wabillahi taufik.
Hidayah. Assalamualaikum.
Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih doktor ya.